Hello friends and viewers, this is Hengest with TGN.TV. Today guys, I've got a Restoration Druid Battleground for you. Resto PvP, or any healing PvP for that matter, is not very entertaining to watch in my opinion, but there's not a whole lot of it that goes around in the community, especially not on TGN. So although it may be kind of boring to watch, it's still underrepresented, and I want to kind of take up that role because I have a full Resto PvP set, and why not use it? Put it to good use. Make some videos out of it, you know? So I decided to show a battleground of this worthless zone, Isle of Conquest. Everyone hates this battleground. I don't know why it's still in the queue. Blizzard, you know, you made a big mistake with this one. But anyways, I decided to show it because it's a 40-man BG, and there's not, I mean, you can, yeah, raid healing is really complex, strategic, difficult at times, but it's really boring. Healing this scale in PvP is a lot more entertaining to watch, so that's why I decided to show it. You can see my big C war cry there. The man talks about me in pretty much every one of his videos, so I gotta give him shoutouts as well. Here you can see me using my Tranquility. In patch 4.06, this ability was changed to go raid wide. Before it used to be just your immediate 5-man, but now Tranquility is so damn overpowered it will heal the lowest 5 HP players in your raid every I don't know what you would call that. It pulsates, and it also puts hots on them that stack up to like 5 or something. It's really strong. If nobody interrupts the Resto Druid that is doing Tranquility in a situation like this, that's a huge advantage to the team. That's why my team just completely steamrolled the enemy right there. You can see that I also use my tree form there. I did that not because I needed more healing or anything, but because you can just heal the raid so much more effectively in tree form. It boosts your wild growth ability to an additional target. You can also life bloom as many targets as you can in your raid. That means you can life bloom 40 people all at once in tree form. It's really strong. And it also increases the overall healing done. So, I mean, why not use it? It's a 3-minute cooldown. Chances are in the next 3 minutes I'm not going to get focused down to the point where I would need to use tree form, so don't ever hesitate to use it if you can see that situations are really healing intensive or just kind of hairy, and you want to make sure that you succeed with your heals for your allies. So here I go over and try to help out the workshop, but I encounter these two players that are having a little bit of a brawl here in the middle of the roads. I figure, hey, why not? Let's help them out. There's a Death Knight here. You can see, guys, that I do quite a bit of regrowthing. Now, I don't know where this idea came from, but in the community, people tell you that regrowth is a complete waste of mana, and you end up not seeing other players use it in PvP or even in raid, for instance. I disagree. My philosophy is if you know your own mana pool, you know how to manage yourself to make sure you don't go in pressing situations like this, regrowth is very valuable. It's a very short cast. It's almost a guaranteed crit. It almost is a guaranteed crit, and it puts a short but powerful hot on the target, which is very good for counteracting dots and just burst damage your allies are taking. However, it's not the same case in arena because fights tend to be kind of long, but in battlegrounds where you can step out to drink, you know, there's nothing wrong with regrowthing frequently. You can see there that I just used my Stampeding Roar to great effect. I transitioned into bear form, used my Stampeding Roar, shifted out, even used my Nature's Grass to entangle that guy. I think I did. No, I didn't. It's still on cooldown. The Stampeding Roar ability, the tooltip reads, if you use it, it will grant you and your allies a 60% bonus movement speed for 8 seconds. Holy smokes, look at that huge healing touch crit for almost 35k there. That was big. This hunter over here, Wyvern, stings me. I'm not having any of that. Don't want him or his fox anywhere near my bare face. I just bashed him and continue healing my friends. Ice Tomb there, broken out of it by the damage from those turrets. Anyways, as I was saying, the Stampeding Roar ability is really strong for Resto Druids because you can get that 60% movement speed that you dictate. You choose when to use that speed, and you can shift out of your bear form or cat form immediately afterward. That means you're basically sprinting while healing. It's ridiculous. It's like a rogue sprinting away, life blooming himself, and regrowthing and swift bending. It's really strong. I would have to say that Stampeding Roar changes were made for feral druids but when it transferred over to the way mechanics work in Resto PvP, it's such a strong ability for healing that I really do think it's overpowered, and I don't know a solution to fix it. So that was a bit of a brawl there. It's kind of unwise to fight in range of those turrets. They were bombarding us a little bit. That's some extra damage that I would have liked to avoid. But I gotta stick with my allies. When you're running in a DPS or tank spec, you can kind of call your own shots, attack where you need to. But if you're healing in PvP battlegrounds, you need to follow your team around. You can't do anything by yourself, really. You can't really solo anyone. So you're pretty much worthless unless you're healing your allies or distracting. I do a fair amount of diversions when I'm PvPing in Resto, but if you really want to get the job done and make a difference, you gotta heal your allies. And more importantly, picking ones that show skills, that show killing power, like this Death Knight here, he just bulldozed like 4 players in a row there. He's Frost, I believe. So I've been making a point of making sure he stays alive, following him around a little bit, and as you'll notice, he waited for me when I was drinking, so he's a great player knowing that I'm, his ally, and he needs to wait for me if we want to succeed. So we're getting attacked by, it looks like, a Marks Hunter and a Prot Pally here. It's not going to present any immediate danger for me. I did not need to use Tree Form to survive that burst damage there, but I just wanted to play it on the safe side yet again, because I see a lot of tree healers that just kind of have that ability on cooldown all the time, and I don't understand why. It's like, it's there, it increases your mana efficiency and the potency of your heals tremendously. Why not use it, even if you don't necessarily have to? I mean, yeah, if you're going to be running into a graveyard or something and you have the foresight to see that you're going to need it in the immediate future, save it, but don't have it sitting on cooldown for 5-10 minutes. I see people in battlegrounds not using the tree form, which is really the pinnacle of the Druid's healing abilities. It's just, you gotta use tree form effectively. That's what really separates the good Resto healers from the bad. So that was a really short battleground, guys. We're about to win here. I displayed defending the docks and taking over the workshop here. Also some great mechanics of using a stampeding roar, a little bit of feral forms. I want to kind of keep my Resto PvP short because it can tend to get really boring if it's not exciting and it's really drawn out. So little stuff like this is great. I hope you enjoy it. Some people just really don't know what it's like to see through the eyes of a healer. I mean, healers are really underrepresented on YouTube in general, but a lot of people play them, and it's just, it gives you a new perspective. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This has been Hengest with TGen.TV. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.